Hey folks, welcome back to Dig Drive DIY. There's a chill in the air. I'm gonna have to fire up that new outdoor wood stove that we've got very soon. And so I'm on a firewood mission quest. My father-in-law, they've got a lot of dead and down trees over there that can be cut up, and they're probably dry enough to burn this season. So my plan is to head over there and try to get some firewood and build our first fire this year. But there's a problem. My father-in-law has a mini excavator that we want to use to handle the wood and the logs, but it's broke down. So in today's video, we're going to try to get his Volvo mini excavator fixed up with a new oil cooler that I just ordered. We'll get some firewood cut, load it up, and then start our first fire for this season in the new outdoor wood boiler. Okay, we got a busy day ahead.
Dig Drive DIY.
I come bearing gifts.
Hey,
How's it going?
present, huh?
All right, well, this excavator has served you well so far, hasn't it?
Very well. Yep.
Yep.
Paid for itself a couple times, maybe even.
I've gotten to be the lucky one to get to borrow this too. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you've seen this. It's been leaking for a long time, right?
Yeah. Just early on, it just had a dribble here and there, but it's just gradually gotten worse and worse, especially this back end.
Turns out Rick traced it down to be in the hydraulic oil cooler, and so he did all the work to get it out of here already. I've had a lot of other YouTubers that I've watched that have used FridayParts.com to buy stuff, and I've looked for some parts from them before and wasn't able to find something, but fortunately they had what we wanted. They've got the hydraulic oil cooler replacement, and so I haven't even got to open it up yet to make sure it's a fit, but I suppose we ought to do that first and make sure this is what we need, right?
Yeah, before we get too positive here.
We're all confident we're going to do this and not even sure yet. How did you determine it was bad or it was leaking? This is the actual radiator though, right?
So this is the radiator, and the cooler is sandwiched between the radiator and the fan in the shroud setup. So I noticed that this was always stained here, and it was much worse than this. So I knew something was going on, and initially thought it was just the radiator was leaking antifreeze. But eventually caught on to the fact that the antifreeze never went down.
But there was oil everywhere.
Yeah. And finally realized that that's not antifreeze that's leaking, it's hydraulic fluid. This is an old humidifier. This is where you put the water to humidify a house. It was my dad's 40 years ago. So I got the cooler out, and you can take something like that places and have it done, but I guess I'm a bit of a tightwad. Plus it almost takes more time to take it someplace than to do it yourself. So I keep a little bit of everything. I keep enough corks that they come in handy for things. So I drilled the corks, I put them in the old lathe and just turned a taper on them so they would match kind of.
The taper.
Yeah. Then I drilled a hole in this one so that I can put air and pressurize the system, and put that in there and put a clamp, on there to hold that in. And then I could just pressurize this with it setting down in
the dehumidifier or humidifier bucket.
Yeah, and actually it was the other way around, because this was underwater. So it was this way, and then this was above the level of the water, hook an air line to it, and
you found where it was leaking.
Yeah, and I was afraid to put too much pressure in it. I didn't realize how much, but I found one leak right away that was the worst. And then I checked, and actually this gets fairly pressurized. I don't remember how many pounds they said, but I put higher pressure, and then it ended up I saw 3 leaks at least. Sure. And it probably ran at more pressure than what I even put in it. So,
well, it's good peace of mind to know that you're for sure that's what was leaking
yes.
too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let me grab that new one, and then we'll kind of compare, make sure they look like they're a match.
Looks the same, doesn't it?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
It's made a little different than this one, but as long as all the fittings line up and size-wise, and I'm good with that.
Rick's already done a ton of the prep work for this, so I get to jump in partway through and here for all the clean reassembly part rather than the dirty disassembly part. By the way, he had to drain the entire hydraulic oil system in order to pull these lines off and do it. So we're going to get to setting it back in there, putting everything back together, and I'll show you what he's got rigged up to put the oil back in it. So the oil cooler is going to go in first, and then the radiator will be outboard of that, right? You got another cork in there, or is that a piece of wood?
No, that's a cork.
That's a cork?
I got that when I was in college and used it to make wine in my dorm room.
In your dorm room.
Okay, so let's try.
I think it'll still go, but these pipes aren't fitting through the holes. So hopefully we can get it on there. Just can't, there's just not enough room to like manipulate it enough to get it in there. So we'll take this piece off, maybe put it on the end of the cooler, and then we can put the whole thing in there.
Now if I could drop that. No.
We're gonna have to take this plate off.
Yeah, it's gonna be
boy.
a one at a time deal. Yep.
I don't know.
Might have to do some cutting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it.
Yeah. What would you have used to cut that out? Because if there's a better solution than that, I want to know about it. Plasma cutter would be fine, but it takes so long to set it up and get it out. All right, now hopefully it'll fit the radiator, the cooler, and we can get this put back in there.
It's a pretty good angle with my left hand.
Say, you're getting it now.
Yeah.
The radiator is all in now, bolted up. Oil cooler is tucked up in behind. The hydraulic lines feeding and returning from the cooler are hooked up and tight. Got the upper radiator hose back in, and now Rick's wanting to try some radiator flush.
And the reason I want to do that is because I'm changing from the orange version antifreeze to the green. This is what was in it, and it looks bad. It's probably, you know, it just looks bad, and it's probably been in there for a long time. So I just wanted to put fresh in, and if I'm putting fresh in, I just want regular old green antifreeze.
Yep.
So
get a little flush in there. He's doing the flush with water first. Gonna run it, let it circulate, and then we'll drain the water out of it and put the green coolant back in it. And then we got to worry about getting hydraulic oil in here too. And we got lots of hydraulic oil. Radiator's full. Time for hydraulic oil.
Yep.
Now you're gonna put back the oil that you took out, right?
Plus it was low, so plus it was probably 5 gallon low at the time.
You got a rig set up here?
Dad always called it a diaphragm pump. He worked in engineering at an air tool manufacturer, and this was a new product, so it's kind of a prototype, and he ended up with it, and it works really well. It's pretty handy for stuff like this. You can pump water, oil, whatever.
Idea being so you don't have to lift the 5 gallon buckets way up there. You're gonna set them down here on the track with that hose.
Yeah, suck out.
Pump oil out up into the, you got a kitty litter?
Into this kitty litter bucket. And then I want to filter it as it goes back in. So I can control how much the filter will take with this little spigot that I put in the kitty litter. So I got this old drawer that is a first step, so I'm not stepping clear up there. And the reason it is strong enough to do it is I put that there so it won't collapse. So it makes a nice little stepping deal. If you want to grab me that filter and that lid I cut out. And I think I want a new filter though.
Yeah.
That one's pretty cruddy.
Where are those?
Well,
Oh.
and you can see
Yeah.
I had just poured some extra dirty stuff through there.
Yeah.
That I think I'm just going to go with this.
What, does the ice cream bucket have a false bottom in it? Oh, you're just gonna put that on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's like, what are you gonna do with the bucket?
I don't want to say anything, but is the old man losing it? So that'll just support the filter, basically.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I'm going to close that. Get air to it.
Oh, there's the pump.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, just go with the first one.
Gotcha. Oh, that's part of, here, I can get it.
Oh, I got it.
That's part of the deal too, is the lids aren't tight. So that would be the other challenge of trying to stand up there with it, is an opened topped bucket.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot different than a bucket that's,
It's not what I
got a
enjoy
pour
doing,
spout.
standing in one position, you know, for a long
Right.
time. So that
okay,
goes
that's our
in
suction
there.
tube.
Okay, so. Is that a process or is that a process?
I would have never had the patience to do this. All right, oil is all filled up. We're right in the sight glass window, right at the perfect level. It might go down a little bit, but I think we're ready to fire it up, right? See what happens?
I think so.
We got
think
coolant,
so.
we got oil. So now it's a matter of seeing if anything drips.
Open up the door so we don't get asphyxiated.
Yeah. It's almost nerve-wracking.
I don't know if I remember how to run it.
It'll come back quick.
Yeah.
Working?
Going in high always seems to solve the problem.
So the excavator has been laid up for quite a while. Rick was patient, but actually that oil cooler was one of the first things that showed up when he searched for it on FridayParts.com. So I'm glad we were able to find it. I'll put a link in the description down below if you're interested in getting anything from those guys. That worked out great. Fast shipping, and it was a good replacement fit, as you saw. All right, got it up to temperature, and now we're gonna go ahead and drain the coolant, or the water that was in it, plus the coolant flush stuff. We'll let that drain out, and we're gonna run down out front and look at the logs we need to pick up. See if we might just pick them up and cut them right into the trailer, because I don't think any of them are gonna need split.
Got a couple trees there marked that I might move somewhere. So these are the ones so far.
This old
Tie
girl's
into that
dead.
old girl. Just one limb out of there would be a tree. I kind of marked them all this way. So there's one,
Oh, yeah, I
two,
see 'em.
3, 4.
Geez, those are all dead.
Yeah, most of those are ash still. The last of the ash dying.
Everything with a mark. People that watch me cut firewood think, oh, I'm just going out and cutting down trees for firewood. But if anyone owns a woods, they understand how much dead wood is always present in a woods. I mean, you got 10 acres of woods here, and there's probably enough firewood in here to just keep stocked for the rest of our lives.
Even
really.
if you heated the whole house, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's more than we burn in the fireplace.
Yep.
We probably only do a couple cords a year in the fireplace. When we ran a boiler like yours, ours was in the basement, but we went through about 7 cords, I think.
Really?
In our old brick house, yeah.
But, and my dad's got woods too, so between the two woodses, I would never run out of firewood just in what is dead.
Just keeping it cleaned
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Keeping it cleaned up, if you could keep it cleaned up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't cut any trees down for firewood. It's all dead or trees that have to be removed.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, it looks like there's plenty here, so. Okay, well, we'll be back when we're ready to start loading up some wood. So this is a new to me wood trailer. I've got another wood trailer that I typically use that's my dad's actually, and he's got it full of scrap metal right now, so it's not available. I just recently picked up this one this fall, and I like to have a couple trailers around because there's situations like this where I plan to put wood straight into the stove. I can just fill up the trailer and then park it right in front of the stove and empty it from the trailer and not handle it again. So this is kind of like my portable firewood tote. It's on wheels. We'll fill her up over here and then it'll be ready to just toss in the stove when the time arises. I'm headed over to Rick's. We're gonna get this trailer filled up, and then that'll probably give me a couple weeks worth of heat, I'm sure. All right, we're ready to try out this excavator for the first time in a long time. Hopefully everything holds up to our little smoke test. Won't take long to fill this trailer. All right, well, first mission complete. Do we see any leaks anywhere?
Well, not that I've seen.
Normally there would be oil all over the tracks.
Oh yeah. The way it was leaking towards the end, it
got really bad.
Messy. I looked once or twice, and everything.
As long as that's what I was worried about.
Yeah, me too. I looked at that, and it's bone dry.
All right. Well, it's nice to have this thing back.
Yes. Yeah.
How long has it been, you think, since it hasn't ran?
I don't know.
Best guess.
Not very good at that.
At least
Middle of summer.
So a few months, probably at least.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it seemed to do fine. There's not a drip on the treads anywhere, so.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And I was surprised at how much of that wood fit in that trailer. Of those stacks that was there was probably at least 10 or 12 trees that went in there.
Yeah, that looked really small.
We cut up everything except for the two big ones that I think I want to split to put in there. So, but we got a trailer load, and what's going to be interesting is to see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
So the weather is going to change tonight, so I'm going to take this home and park it in front of the stove. We're going to build our first fire and see how it does, and then we'll find out how long this load of wood lasts too. Okay, I'll meet you back at home. Brr, it is cold. You know what? I think our luck has finally run out. We've had a really mild autumn. October, it's been in the 80s. It was 81 yesterday, and today it has since dropped to about 48 currently right now. So that means one thing. It is finally time to light up our brand new Crown Royal Pristine Series 7400E. We fired it up when we first installed it. Keith was here, and you may have seen that video where we put in this new stove, and he ran me through everything and showed me how it works, and we built a fire in it just to make sure everything was working properly. But then it turned warm again, and we didn't need the fire, so it went out. We haven't technically heated with this stove yet, So this is a big deal. Put some paper in. All right, we'll let that fire get a little momentum here before we crank things up. That's the turbulators. We got power. There we go. So our current temperature of the water is 63 degrees. We've got it set for 160. So we're gonna let it do its thing and see if we can get some flames a-rocking in here. So this is dead wood that's been laying for quite a while. I'm gonna check it on the end. Boy, that shows 21% there. $23, $26. So we're looking for below 25, but some of these might be a little wetter than I hoped. All right, so we got a mixed bag here. She's coming up to temperature. All right, it is official. I've got it recorded on the back with my white paint marker that I use every year to write down my first fire. It's almost up to temperature. I'm going to switch over the furnace so that it uses this for its heat source. And I guess winter is fastly approaching. I don't know if I'm ready for it, but we got to do it regardless. So we've actually been heating for 6 days now because I built the fire last Sunday. Today is Friday, and I can already tell that it does use less wood for sure. Now it hasn't been super cold yet, but I'm throwing in smaller chunks and doing less at a time, and the stove runs way less frequently too. So I'm excited to find out how it is going to do once we bring the garage online, and my shop, they haven't really even heated yet. So we're getting close, and I'm very optimistic and excited to see how our wood consumption is hopefully less this year. That's the whole plan. I've been mixing in some of Rick's wood that we cut last week with my existing dry wood because it was a little bit wetter than what I had hoped. There's a mixed bag too. There's a wide range because some of those trees had been dead longer than others. So I'm just mixing it all together, and that seems to be working fine. I noticed there's some powder coating coming off the inside of the door that got super hot. That's expected. And the drip tray is catching some moisture because some of those logs are wetter than others. But so far, nothing that we haven't expected, and I'm really tickled with how it's performing. I'm also very tickled that you're here watching this video. I really appreciate it so much. Thanks for clicking on this video. I hope that you liked it, and if I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, it's time to go get some more wood actually for next year. Need help? How'd you get up there, ding dong? Come on, I'll help you. I'll help you. Fine, have it your way. All right, so I got that load home from Rick's. I'm gonna throw a moisture meter on it just out of curiosity's sake to see what that looks like and how dry it is. But I'm just gonna build a typical fire. What's a typical fire? I don't know. I'm just gonna build a fire in the stove. We'll fire it up, and hopefully we'll be heating by the end of this here.